A thunderous episode in terms of the legal history of this country. It is pertinent mostly to Donald Trump and his forthcoming scheduled trial on election subversion, but it has far-reaching implications for the rule of law in the United States. Let's start with Trump. Basically, this case ended up here at the highest court in the land because he was charged with election subversion, with being involved in encouraging January the 6th protests, obstructing the certification of the last election, and intimidating American voters in their right to vote. So that's the charges, and he was taken to court on that. His lawyers said, we appeal this. We argue that a sitting president cannot be charged with these allegations because that impinges on the abilities of a president to carry out his or her functions. That a president who has a fear in the decisions that he or she makes cannot make proper decisions whilst in office. They could be prey to extortion, blackmail, intimidation by political rivals at any time, even after they'd left office. So that's the argument that Trump's legal team took to the Supreme Court. They have come back with their ruling today, and that is that he enjoys a qualified immunity, a degree of immunity for official acts carried out whilst in office, whilst president. He does not enjoy acts carried out as a private citizen. So the charges he faces were a mixture of both. What the Supreme Court has done is sent them back to a lower court to say, you decide what's official and what's unofficial, and he can be done on the unofficial act, but not the official act. So what that does, or what it will do, presumably, it will be argued in the court, is to slim down the charge sheet against Donald Trump. But of course it has far-reaching implications for the office of the President of the United States. This states that there are protections for a president in the decisions that are made in the Oval Office. And there are dissenting judges who make the point, Justice Sonia Sotomayor among them. She says, well, what about the orders, for example, of a Navy SEAL team to assassinate a political rival? Immunity, she says. Organising a military coup to hold on to power? Immunity. Take a bribe in exchange for a pardon? Immunity, she says. That judge is clearly furious at what has come out of her own court today, and that is backed up by many legal analysts who are making the immediate interpretation that this shrinks the protections that the American people enjoy from a corrupt president. You can take a look, Kamali, at the crowd that's gathered here today. Many anti-Trump protesters, I have to say, who've gathered here for this historic decision. Can't see many Trump supporters. Donald Trump himself has welcomed the decision. On Truth Social, his social media platform, he states, big win for our Constitution and democracy. It is, of course, a win, a qualified win for Donald Trump, because apart from anything else, what he has secured is further delay in what is probably the most serious set of charges that he faces amongst the 4 criminal trials. This court couldn't have taken any longer to deliver its ruling. The last day of judgment, it will mean that it's almost certain this trial of election subversion against Donald Trump will not take place now before the November election.